What's up, y'all? Mark Brown here with 11 Aviation. We are here in beautiful Wyoming, and we are going to talk to you guys about all the model year 2025 upgrades in the Kodiak 100 and Kodiak 900. If you guys enjoy watching this content and want to see more of it, it would mean a lot to us if you guys hit that subscribe button, as it helps us continue making these videos for all to enjoy. So before we jump into this video, I just want to reintroduce myself for those of you that might be new to this channel. My name's Mark Brown. I've got over 8,500 Kodiak hours and over 10,000 hours total time. I worked for the manufacturer for about 10 years. In the last 3 years, we've been running 11 Aviation. The team and I here specialize in single engine turboprops, and our goal is to help you find that turboprop, be able to manage it through your ownership experience, and then help you sell it when you're ready to upgrade or move on to the next airplane. So if you guys are interested in maybe potentially purchasing a turboprop one day, management, or have a turboprop that you want to sell and retain the maximum value for that aircraft, we would appreciate your business. Our contact details are below. Now, without further ado, let's jump in to the model year 2025 video. So to clear up the confusion, we are actually still on the Kodiak 100 Series 3, and we are on the original Kodiak 900. However, around March, April of 2025, the manufacturer cut in a model year 2025 change block. So the 2025 Series 3s and 2025 Kodiak 900s, or at least some of them, actually have some different equipment than the other Kodiak 100 Series 3s and the 2023 and 2024 Kodiak 900s. So we are going to talk to you about those now. The biggest change in our opinion, and the one we're most excited about, is the introduction of the GDL60. The GDL60 replaces the Flightstream 510 and essentially makes the aircraft be able to connect to a wireless or LTE cell phone signal. And that means that we can now do database updates remotely from the hangar via our iPad. It also allows future iterations of the Garmin Pilot app and potentially other apps to connect to the aircraft so you can check things like fuel load, what your database updates are, what your time on the aircraft is, etc., from your couch at home before you ever get out to the airplane. That is a welcome upgrade. It's been out now for a couple years, and now it's available on the Kodiak 100 and 900. The second major update is the introduction of a whole new audio panel interface. In the G1000 and the Kodiak line, we don't have the keypad controller, nor do we have the FMS touchscreen like the G3000 has. So up until now, it's been a little bit confusing on how to change different volumes for all the various audio settings for passengers, for comms, etc. And so now we have a really beautiful audio panel interface that is on the MFD that helps us visualize what all the volume is doing, and it's a lot easier to change it based on where people are sitting in the Kodiak line. That is something we've been asking for a long time, and now we have it. The third update is also avionics related. It is an update to the VNAV guidance system. That is a G1000 update. It just helps with more challenging terrain. You have a little bit more leeway in the VNAV and how you set it up in the G1000. Update number 4 is a big update for our special missions clients. It is an update to the avionics to be able to have a little bit more capability and some stealth mode operations in the G1000 for those government and special missions operators that need that. And we can go into more detail on that if you reach out to us at our contact details below. Update number 5 is more enhanced and more capability on the onboard data logging and exceedance monitoring. So now you can go into the G1000 on the MFD screen and you can see all your data logs visually. You can also see exceedances, etc. So it helps us as aircraft managers and helps you as an owner to know how your airplane's been operated. And it also pairs nicely with the GDL60 and some of the remote monitoring that you can do, as well as some of the trend monitoring that some other services offer for the aircraft from a maintenance standpoint. Update number 6, see the unseen. The synthetic vision has had a total upgrade on the PFDs, PFD1, PFD2. It is a really cool enhancement that Garmin came out with for the Kodiak 100 and 900. It gives you a lot better visualization on the taxiway. It also knows when you're flying and changes that synthetic vision depending on if you're on the ground or in the air, if you're low altitude or high altitude. Number 7 is a big upgrade to the onboard weather radar. We have gone from the GWX 75 to the GWX 8000. Even though, in my understanding, the hardware is the same, It's a major software improvement that brings a lot more capability to the onboard weather radar if your Kodiak is outfitted with it. Number 8 is actually the elimination of the whiskey compass. It actually is more than that. It is a change to the standby instrument. So it used to be an L3 standby instrument. They have now changed it to a mid-continent. They call it the 302 SAM, so it's a standby instrument. It's a sort of a 2-screen standby instrument, but it has its own magnetometer. So there's actually now 3 magnetometers in the Kodiak 100 and 900, and that no longer necessitates that old whiskey compass that was on the buzzard buster bar right between the 2 pilot seats up on the glare shield. This is actually a change that we like the mid-continent, but it did get rid of cockpit storage. They got rid of the pilot side glove box to put this change in there. So we are sort of still hot and cold on this change because we did really like that pilot side glove box that used to be in the Series 3s and Kodiak 900s. Number 9 is the addition of an optional radar altimeter. So up until now, there has been no factory option for a radar altimeter on the Kodiak 100 or the Kodiak 900. Now we have the ability to add the GRA 55, which is Garmin's radar altimeter, and it displays right on the PFD screens, right by the altitude, so you can easily see how high you are above the terrain. This also opens the door for some international markets that require a radar altimeter for commercial operations. Number 10 is the ability to add a diversity transponder. What is that? Well, it's just the GTX 345D. It adds a top and a bottom antenna. It also adds some other functionality in there. And this is great for the international markets because in places like Canada and overseas in different places, this is a requirement for new airplane builds. So this allows the aircraft to be exported to places like Canada and fully meet all Transport Canada certification requirements. Number 11 is another avionics option, and this is another Garmin software update that makes scrolling a little bit more intuitive now because we don't have the keyboard on either Kodiak model. And so it sometimes was cumbersome to scroll through a bunch of international airports when you're flying here in the US, or vice versa. If you're overseas, you don't want a bunch of US airports. And so they know where you're located now, and you only get airports within your region where they think that you might want to go. It just limits the options on the scrolling, and so you get to the airport that you want to go to quicker with your knobs. And the last upgrade we're going to talk about here, number 12, is one that we're excited about. It is a whole new exterior lighting package. So up until now, all Kodiaks have had some level of incandescent or HID bulbs for their landing lights. And now we've gone to a full 100% wheel-in external lighting package. All the lights are LEDs, landing pulse, nav, strobes, beacon, all LEDs, all wheel-in lights. They're brighter, they're gonna last longer. It is a welcome upgrade to the model year 2025 Kodiak 100 and 900. And there you have it, the model year 2025 upgrades for the Kodiak 100 and Kodiak 900. I'm Mark Brown for 11 Aviation. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next video.